Rudy, where are we?
Well, this morning, Brian, we're at the Florida Iguana and Tortoise Breeders Farm, owned by Sam Pascucci here to my left. And to my right, your right, Brian, is Robert DePalma, our curator of vervet paleontology. And with us was, number one, a Galapagos tortoise, one of the senior members of the farm here. Let's see if we can catch up with him, and Robert will explain a few things about dinosaurs and reptiles, how they're similar and how they're dissimilar.
You know, what a lot of people don't realize about dinos, they're described as being scaly creatures, very reptilian, but their scales are different than most reptile scales. They're not overlapping like fish scales or lizard scales or anything. What they are closest to, actually, are the scales on this Galapagos tortoise right here. You see you've got this series of hexagonal plates, essentially, and they're these little raised mounds on his skin. They've got some wrinkles around the edges, but they're not overlapping. All these scales are just adjacent to one another, and they are almost identical to this scale pattern from the duck-billed dinosaur, and those scales are non-overlapping as well. And so what you'll see with these guys is you'll see larger scales right around the areas that don't bend or anything like that, and where you see the wrinkles, where your leg is going to bend, you've got all these smaller scales like that, and they kind of feed into the wrinkles. So when I'm reconstructing a dinosaur and when I'm sculpting what the dinosaur looked like when it was alive, after all those muscles go on the bone, I look at creatures like this to understand what that thing's going to look like, and I can sculpt it accurately.